Welcome to this session on Trojan Attacks. I'm Harry, and today we'll be diving into one of the most covert and dangerous types of attacks on AI systems. Trojan attacks are unique because they embed hidden triggers within a model, waiting to be activated under the right conditions. In this presentation, we'll explore what Trojan attacks are, the motivations behind them, the techniques used, and how we can defend against them. So, what are Trojan attacks exactly? Trojan attacks embed the hidden triggers into AI models during the training phase, which can later then be activated to perform malicious actions. These triggers lie dormant until a specific input or event activates them, often without detection. The key idea here is that these triggers are carefully designed to remain hidden under control under certain circumstances, giving attackers control over the model's behavior where conditions are right. Trojan attacks are particularly dangerous because they're going to maximize disruption while maintaining stealth and making them difficult to detect in regular operations. Attackers have various motivations for employing Trojan attacks. One common goal is control and disruption, allowing them to influence outcomes or manipulate data in critical AI applications. Another major motivation is financial gain, where attackers can manipulate systems for monetary benefits. Espionage is also a driving force, especially in industries where AI systems play a critical role in decision making. Political manipulation may also be a factor, where actors will use these Trojan attacks to subtly influence outcome in sensitive areas. The stealthy nature of these attacks make them an appealing choice for malicious actors who want to remain undetected while maximizing their impact. So now let's go through some of the techniques and methods that Trojan attacks rely on. So pattern-based triggers will often involve inserting specific patterns into images that, when they are detected by the model, will activate their malicious behavior. Another technique is going to be contextual-based triggers. This is going to be where the model will respond to environmental conditions or specific context to the trigger in the attack. Subtle perturbations, such as small changes to the input data, can introduce backdoors into the model without detection. Data poisoning takes us even further by injecting malicious samples directly into the training data set and then ensures that the model will behave in such a way that it will benefit the attacker. So let's go through some of the more advanced techniques that attackers would use to make Trojan attacks even more difficult to detect. So dynamic triggers adapt based on the environmental changes or input variations, making them even harder to identify by that. Multi-stage triggers often require a specific set of conditions to be met before the attacker can activate, and it leads to another layer of complexity being added to the attack. Transfer learning can also introduce Trojan backdoors, as these pre-trained models may be used for fine-tuning and they might already contain these hidden triggers within them. And then lastly, hardware-based triggers are going to rely on specific configurations or signals from hardware components, making these attacks deeply embedded and difficult to detect. So what are the impacts of these Trojan attacks? The impact can be pretty widespread and dangerous. Unexpected behavior is one of the most immediate concerns, especially when hidden triggers activate in critical applications like self-driving cars or healthcare diagnostics. These attacks can compromise data integrity, making the model's outputs unreliable. Trust erosion here is going to be a major consequence, as users will become more reluctant to rely on AI systems when they know that their hidden manipulations are going to be possible. These disruptions can have far reaching effects, especially in industries where safety and accuracy is going to be critical. So let's look at some real world examples to understand how these Trojan attacks can be done. In self-driving cars, a Trojan attack could cause the vehicle to veer off the road when it encounters a specific sticker or an image. In healthcare, certain conditions could be misdiagnosed if a hidden trigger is activated by specific input parameters regarding to the patient's health. In financial systems, Trojans might manipulate transactions when specific inputs are met, potentially causing large-scale disruptions. And causing loss of monetary value. These examples show how Trojan attacks, while hidden, can have a very serious consequence in real-world applications. So how do we defend ourselves against Trojan attacks? Data validation here is going to be essential in assuring that model training is clean and free from malicious samples to reduce the risk of hidden backdoors. Model auditing will also be crucial, as it allows teams to regularly inspect their AI models for potential triggers. Adversarial training can strengthen models by exposing them to simulated attack scenarios, and then that would in return improve their robustness against these types of attacks. Anomaly detection here is going to play a very crucial role, as it helps identify the unusual behavior in real time, and it would alert teams to potential Trojan activity. In tandem, real-time monitoring ensures that these specific activities are going to be caught early. That would limit the impact of the attack overall. So to wrap up, Trojan attacks represent a pretty significant threat to AI systems, given their stealth and potential for disruption. These attacks embed hidden triggers that manipulate the model behavior and often go unnoticed until it's way too late. The impact of these attacks can be quite severe, leading to data integrity issues, trust erosion, compromised safety in critical applications, and many others. However, by employing mitigation strategies like model auditing, adversarial training, anomaly detection, real-time monitoring, we can hope to reduce some of the risk here and safeguard our AI systems against these attacks. Securing AI in complex environments requires constant vigilance, but understanding the risks and the defenses that we can employ is the first step towards effective protection.